Welcome back. Today in the danger zone we're going to be looking at basic pivot charts. All we're doing is making a pivot table. We've already done that. Great. We're familiar. We're going to make a pivot chart now. So we can display our data in a lot more of a concise manner. So we'll zoom in a bit. We'll go insert just like this. And again, we've got our data table. Say we have an ice cream shop. We have months, average temperature. I'm not sure why April is cooler than January, but hey, that's what happens when you randomize numbers. Anyway, what we will be doing is, hold on, there we go. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is making a pivot chart. We want to display this data in a summarized pivot table and also with a graph next to it. We don't want to have to change the graph every time or adjust any settings, so we'll do this and it'll do the same thing. We go right up here, insert, click anywhere in the data. You can do either of those steps in any order. And instead of pivot table right here, we just go pivot chart. Boom. We see it selects the entire amount of the data. After that, we can put it in a new worksheet or an existing. We'll do existing just to show how it looks next to the actual data set. Hit OK. And you'll see that we get this and we get this, our normal pivot table and the pivot chart right here. So we'll just slide that down. And let's say we want it to look like a month. So we'll go here. And of course, Excel sometimes breaks it out into years, quarters, and all that. Let's just say we want to do quarters. Why not? We'll break it down in a little bit of a different way. So we will move to sales. We want our total. We want to see the temperature, but we want to see an average. And then we want to see how many shares and how many likes. So we'll put them in the value section, and we want these to be averages as well. We're just trying to show a nice trend, a good amount of data that we can get some insights on, like what were we doing, what was the marketing campaign, things like that. How would it be valuable to change that? We expand these, so when you expand here, it expands here. It's completely flexible and linked to it, so you can really just work on your pivot table. We'll go here and format, so I want to make those numbers. I want to make these and these numbers as well, but we're going to instead remove some of the decimals. So we'll go here and right there. We'll pretty this up a little bit. Nah, and there, and there. Again, we'll click on the pivot table or the chart, and we always get these Analyze and Design tabs. So we'll go to Design, and we have some preset templates. We'll pick this one because it pops a little bit. And in this, it's just like formatting a standard chart. If we want to change this, we can right-click it. We can format the axis. And I don't want it to be a number. I want it to be currency. And there it is. And maybe instead of years, we'd like to change this to, close that. We want to make it months. So we'll just change that, get rid of quarters. And there we are. Or we can also get rid of years. And we have our months here. But we will also sort from, let's do this. Yeah, so we have 2014. Now it's chronological. And you can also put it wherever you'd like. So you just move these things around. And let's say we change the sales to currency. So we'll highlight that, change this. We'll stretch this on out. If I wasn't zoomed in, I'd show you a little more, but I want to show you the pivot here as well. So what we're going to do is add some data labels. So if we want to see these amounts, right now 64,000 right there, 64,000 right there. We'll right-click on that, add data labels, and you'll see it's just like the when you make a standard chart. The only difference is this one will dynamically update with your data, so it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to make things a lot quicker. And one thing with pivot charts is we can do a secondary axis just like anything else. So we'll go Design, change chart type, Combo, and what do I want? The average of the temperatures, I want those to be lines. The sales, I want on its own axis. We want everything else to be lines. Yep, averages. So we'll have a moving average and a line chart going along here, and the sales will be the raw numbers. We'll put these on the secondary axis. And voila. Now we can see how things are going to scale up. So you'll see that dollars has a great correlation with, or the sales amount in dollars has a great correlation with the amount of likes they had on social media. Average of the shares people have, same thing. It's a positive correlation. And the temperature, yeah, it's there. It's not as strong as the other two, but it's still there. And let's say you just want to look at temperature. Great. So we'll just take shares. We'll take likes. Go right here. Analyze. Actually, we'll do Design. Chart type, again, Combo. We just put that on the secondary axis. And you'll see temperature affects it, although social media is more important. So if you're thinking about changing your orders based on weather-sensitive data, at this point in time, it sure appears that you're probably better spent promoting on social media, things like that, or however you promote. But that's the basics of pivot charts. You see, all you have to do is really understand how to work a pivot table, how to format a chart, and it links it for you. So these are a great little tool. And if you want a quick amount of analytics, you can throw out in a report in a couple of minutes. There you go. Okay, see you next time.